Good evening. The title of the message we have for tonight: Those who hold the rope. On the road to Damascus, Paul saw a very great light, and he heard the voice of Jesus talking to him. Of course, that was the time when Paul was converted into Christianity and he became the Apostle Paul. Now, this time, the disciples whom he was persecuting before were now the ones who were protecting him because the religious leaders of his time were plotting to kill him. And wherever he goes, the Jews were uh, pulling themselves to catch him and to kill him. And these disciples, of course, were the one who are keeping him in their houses, in their homes. And one time when he was so very much watched by these leaders of the Jews, he was not able to get out of the house. And by night, the disciples took him and then put him in a basket and let him down the road on a city wall. So that's how they have protected Paul when they knew that he was already a believer of Jesus. And here, Paul, being the persecutor, was now Paul the persecuted. And now he was uh, hunting the Christians, but now the Christians are the ones protecting him against the leaders, the Sanhedrin, whom he was once a member. Or he was a member actually at the time. Now the disciples who held the rope were willing to risk their lives and for the new believer like Paul, and having learned the lesson of perseverance, they did not let loose the rope until Paul was safe enough to the ground beyond the city wall. And then God uh, really is thanking people like these disciples. It was not mentioned the names of these disciples or the followers of Jesus, but Jesus was proud of them. As Christians who are willing to do the same, to hold the ropes and work without recognition, Jesus is there and seeing your effort. Many have given their life savings, sacrifices on the work for God, and they have held the ropes that have saved thousands and thousands of people. God may want to entrust a rope into your hand, or maybe into my hand today. He needs men and women who will hold the rope and risk their lives for the Savior. And you may never receive any recognition from the world or any honor, prestige, but uh, always remember that God's eyes is to you who is willing to hold the rope. So too often we let go too soon. Madali tayo mag-surrender. We are unwilling to brave persecution, and some are even afraid to be ridiculed or criticized whenever they uh, share the message of uh, the gospel. No matter how heavy that load is or how weary and discouraged we are, if we try to go on holding the rope for God's cause, Jesus is always there and has a promise for you and for me. Like the disciples on that night so long ago who don't uh, lose hope that Paul will be safe on the other side of the road. Uh, we need God need people who like them, that we might be able to also hold the rope and go and tell people about the great God who is willing to save us. And I want to read a passage from the Bible in this relation to this message in Acts 9, verse 25. Then the disciples took him by night and let him down through the wall in a large basket. So thank you very much for watching, and may God bless us.